something to fear in our lives, don't we? And there are so many fears that we don't know how to overcome. Because sometimes it just overwhelms us, because we don't know how to deal with it. So we just let the emotional storm run through us. And by that, we were destroyed by the fear itself. In Kuan's speech, he told us about 3 stories: Moses' story, Queenie's stories, and Kuan's personal story. And what do they all have in common? They all have something to fear. But that does not mean they are not a courageous person. And what do? They cry out to the Lord, ask God for help. May the Lord be their strength, and let the God be their helper. If fear of the Lord is the true wisdom, if fear of the Lord is the beginning of true wisdom, then I have nothing to fear. Okay. I love Kuan's story, especially how he connects with each story. And by the end of the story, he always connects to the core message, which is, if the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom, I have nothing to fear. I have nothing to fear. I don't need to worry and fear at all. Kuan is really good at storytelling, especially when he has an inner dialogue and make the good use of the stage about, should I date with this girl? How do I ask her out? And we can all feel his struggle and pain, right? He's really good at creating an image that we can feel right, we are with him at that time. So how do we make the connection and the storytelling even more powerful to connect with the audience? How do we increase the attention in the speech? I would suggest that to share your emotional ride with us. How does that struggle make you feel? Tell us about how that feels. Tell us about the pain, the fear that inside of you, that you don't know how to deal with it. And tell us about how you overcome the fear, how you overcome the struggle in your life. Tell us about the process. We wanted to know the details. We wanted to know your feelings. Tell us about the spiritual journey that you have and how you link with this verse in this Bible. And I also suggest you perhaps to make even more dramatic scene, especially when you have an inner dialogue, just to make it more powerful, make it more attractive to the audience to catch their attention. And lastly, I want to say, each time when you speak on stage, remember the last time you talked about may the God be your strength? Yes, I remember that, and I was so inspired by your speech. So every time I feel anxious before coming to the stage, I have this little prayer, just 3 seconds, and that really helps. So I feel like every time that you were here and spoke to me in some ways, I want to say thank you for giving us such a great message, but I suggest you just to tell us your inner feelings, your emotional struggles. I'm sure next time you'll do excellent. Back to you, Julie.